Conversations with our kids.
Tune in every Saturday morning to Conversations with Our Kids.
Oh my gosh!
I am so excited for this show. I feel like a professional radio announcer already. I am nervous and excited
At the same time.
10 a.m. is Kids Time on WINNFM. Conversation with Our Kids.
I made sure to tell my entire family, my teacher,
Classmates to tune in.
Conversation with Our Kids.
We're going to talk about education, religion, money, family life, social media,
and other interesting topics.
This is a show for kids, created by kids.
Conversations with our kids.
Every Saturday morning at 10 only on WINNmedia.
Listen live on WINNFM 98.9 or at WINNmediaSKN.com. Conversation with Our Kids. Every Saturday morning at 10 only on WINNFM. Also streaming live at WINNmedia SKN on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hi everyone.
Welcome.
Today's show. Can you tell us a bit And I am Gabriel.
And I am Kadik, also your host. Thank you for tuning in this morning.
We have another exciting show for you today. We are going full steam ahead. STEAM subjects are a big deal these days. And as kids, we want to know more about these areas that we are taught in school and everyday life.
We brought the perfect guest today to discuss with STEAM subjects are important to us as kids and to tell us more about the topics.
Yes, guys, we will go full steam ahead in a minute. But first, let's have a quick icebreaker before we introduce. So we have different items written on pieces of paper in the basket. Each person will pick a paper from the basket and tell us 2 uses of each item, including our guest. Try to think outside the box and give us a use that most people would not think of. Okay. Who's going first?
You want me to go first? Yes. All right, thank you. Pencil. So I'm supposed to think outside the box and give a use most people would not think of. To put your hair up in a bun and then pin it. Who's next? Gabriel.
Wait, you were supposed to say 2 uses.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 uses. Okay, what's the second use for a pencil? To build, let's see. I know a good use for a pencil.
A pencil tower.
A pencil tower, exactly.
It's gotten because you're going wrong.
Oh. Spoon.
A spoon?
Yeah.
That's
What
a
ab-
hard one.
What about drumsticks? Have you ever played drums with a spoon? No?
Well, yeah. To play drum on a pot.
On a pot. That's one.
That's if we don't have a mirror.
Oh,
That's a good
yeah.
one.
And a mirror.
Yeah. That's it. My God. I'm gonna have to
cup.
push the
What?
mic.
Unusual usage of a cup.
Yes.
Creative.
See, I am an art teacher, so I could use a cup as a paintbrush holder. And I could use a cup as an object in my art piece. So I could paint the cup.
Sure.
Yeah.
A toothbrush. A drum set. if you don't have any drumsticks, just use the toothbrush for drumsticks. And I don't have any. To clean my shoes.
You could have also used it to make shapes.
That's very true.
Oh, and you could use the bristles for outfits and stuff.
Yeah, like you just push it back and after boom, it come on.
I got a stick. I can use it to make art. I can use glue to make like towers with it.
Actually, that is pretty cool.
I also could use a stick to I can use a stick as like a music thing, as a drum set.
As a drum set. So
I'll hit them together as an instrument.
That's it. That was fun, guys. STEAM subjects are supposed to help us think creatively.
Now everyone, welcome our guest, Miss Michelle Hizel,
You're
and
doing perfect.
Mr. Colin Brown.
Can you tell us a bit about this?
So welcoming us to the conversation.
Welcome to Conversations with Our Kids.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you very much.
We have a few questions for our guests. Thank you again for coming on the show. What is a fun STEAM activity you can suggest to us?
I'll let Mr. Brown go because he's the real STEAM expert. He's an engineer. You guys know what an engineer is?
Yes.
Okay, so he's an engineer.
So Jenny wants to know what's fun STEAM. Can I hear the question again?
A fun STEAM activity you can suggest to us.
So do you, first before we say a fun STEAM activity, because I think all STEAM activities are fun. I like STEAM activities. Do we know what a STEAM activity is? Or
Yeah.
what STEAM? So
Yes.
you can tell me.
STEAM is science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics.
Okay, so who here likes mathematics? Everyone likes mathematics. Okay, so a fun STEAM activity is any activity that uses science or technology. So I'm going to give you one that I think everyone likes to do. Does everyone likes to play games on their phone?
Yeah.
You mostly
I
like
I would say my favorite STEAM activity would be art.
art? So what type of art do you do?
I like to paint a lot.
Really?
Yes.
And so in STEAM, which one of those art falls into?
A.
A? Okay. And what type of painting do you do?
Well, usually I would do sea paintings, or usually I would do Halloween paintings.
Okay. And
I am in technology. I even tried to make my own program once, but it failed. So I'm trying to do that again. So I'm just really trying to program a new activity into the programming.
so the activity that you like to do that involves STEAM is programming.
Yes,
And that goes under technology, right?
yes.
So tell us what type of program you were trying to make.
I was just trying to make a financing app.
Okay, so a little bit of mathematics too.
Mm.
So you're still working on it?
My computer is down. I am trying to get back into it, but I forgot my password, so I'm just trying to figure out my password now for it.
So we have two activities so far. We have art, and we have programming. What about you, Gabriel?
Mathematics.
Mathematics?
Yeah.
So you find mathematics fun?
Yes.
What type of things do you do in mathematics that you like?
I like dividing numbers and adding numbers.
You like dividing numbers and adding numbers?
Yes.
With your calculator, with your computer, with your phone? How do you do it?
By like manual, like writing on paper.
Okay, so have you ever used a computer program to add numbers?
No.
What about an application?
Like
software?
calculator?
Or like
Calculator.
Excel? You know what a spreadsheet is?
Like Excel.
No? Okay. So I'm glad to hear you enjoy mathematics. And one of the things STEAM subjects help us to do is to do mathematics faster and with more numbers. So you can use technology and you can use mathematics also to do art. Have you ever painted by numbers?
Painted by numbers?
Yes.
No.
No?
No.
Not in school yet? So
No.
the painting tells you the number, the areas of the painting, and then each number matches to a color?
Like, you mean in like shapes? Where you, so like, let's say we have 4 parts of the shape and you color 1/2 of it. Yes, I've used that in school before.
Exactly. So all of these are fun activities we can do with STEAM subjects. Excellent. You guys have the answers.
Gabriel, time for your question.
What is it? What does okay. Is like a STEAM area like a place where you're supposed to go to do those activities?
A STEAM area.
Like a place where you could just do STEM subjects.
Oh, so you're saying where do you go to do STEAM subjects?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think Kadik, you said you were at Tucker Clark?
Yes.
And what about you, Jenny?
Homeschool.
Homeschooled? And what about you, Gabriel?
ICCS.
ICCS. So everyone does mathematics.
Yes.
And you're doing it at Tucker Clark, you're doing it at ICCS, and you're doing it at...
I'm doing it at a Bridgeway homeschool program.
Exactly. So each of you are doing STEAM, but you're doing it in a different place.
Speaking about STEAM, I think last year for grade 2, I think it was either social studies or science, we were learning about the engineering.
Okay.
You're in grade 3?
Yeah.
7? Okay.
And what
Quite
did you learn
impressive.
about engineering?
Well, we learned about the engineering process, and I think we also learned about technology last year too. We learned about how people could use technology to make apps and games and stuff like that.
And so, did you learn that to become an engineer, if you want to do engineering, you have to do STEAM subjects?
No,
No?
we wasn't learning STEAM back then.
You wasn't learning STEAM back then, but you're starting to learn it now.
Yes.
Okay. If I can ask Kadik, so you say you started doing programming.
Yes.
When were you doing programming? Where were you? Did you program at home or in school?
I did most of it at home, and I did some of it over by school because we had computers in the computer room.
Yeah, computers in the computer room. So the question that Gabriel asks is, what are some of the places we can do STEAM? And we can learn STEAM or use STEAM everywhere in our daily lives. So who here likes to cook?
Me.
And when you're cooking, do you follow a recipe or you follow instructions?
Well, usually I would use my cookbook.
You have a cookbook? You're like 7 in grade 3, know about engineering, and you have a cookbook? Okay.
Okay. So when you're doing a recipe, what some of the things a recipe might say?
Well, it might say flour, eggs.
It might say how many eggs?
4 or 2.
4 or 2. It might say you have to use the oven, Gabriel.
I don't have a cookbook.
You don't have a cookbook?
Gabriel
But
is
you like to cook?
I don't have a cookbook.
Do you like to cook?
Yes.
Okay. So who gives you the instructions of what to do?
My mother.
Your mother?
Yes.
Okay, so your mother is your cookbook.
Yeah.
So even when we're cooking, when we're playing, when we're learning in school, all of those areas, at home, at school, at play, is areas where we use
I
STEAM.
will say my mother doesn't really have a cookbook. My mother doesn't really have a cookbook. She just thinks of food in her head, then she makes it.
Mhm.
So I want to be just like that, but still in engineering, I want to just be focused on engineering.
You want to be an engineer?
Mhm.
Okay.
So who has the next question?
Kadik.
How can STEAM subjects benefit us as students in the future?
I'll let Michelina answer that. Everyone, Michelina is a teacher,
Hi.
and she's an art teacher, so she's the A in STEAM.
I'm the A in STEAM. How do STEAM subjects benefit you in school? Who here wants to grow up and have enough money to take care of their mommy or buy their mommies nice things? And daddies too. Daddies might be listening. We don't want to hurt their feelings. So I went to school and I studied art. Colin went to school and he studied science and engineering. Who do you think makes the most money?
Science and engineering.
Science and engineering. And you're 7 and you figured that out. I went to university and did not figure that out. So doing STEAM subjects in school, it gives you an opportunity to be in the jobs that pays more money. So the engineer sometimes, most of the times, makes a lot more money than the teacher, the scientist, and the doctor, and they could have multiple jobs. So like if you study medicine or medical technology, you could work in the hospital and you could have like your own private doctor's office. So
Question, what type of engineer are you?
Hopefully I'm a good one. But I'm an electrical engineer.
So like when power's gone, you fix it?
I try to. Myself, as well as a whole team of persons, when the electricity go, we try to fix it and we try to keep it from going.
So what position are you in the electrical force?
In the electrical force,
Mhm.
I'm a captain.
Okay.
I'm an engineer.
So
So
you're like the one who like tells the people where to put the light switch and the lights, like something like that.
something like that.
Drawings and stuff.
Where to put it and when to turn it off. and
So
when to turn
is
it
there a particular group you can join in St. Kitts if you're interested in STEAM?
There are many groups. So it depends on what you're interested in. Anyone here interested in music?
Yes.
Me. Yes.
Yes? Oh, okay.
I already learned the piano, so I don't feel like to learn anymore.
You don't feel like to learn anymore? What about learning to produce songs and record songs and make music videos?
I think about it the other day, and I said to myself that I would really want to do that.
You really want to do that. So, at the primary school level, where most of you are, all the interest areas that will be within your school. So, schools will have. You have any clubs at school? Well, mostly I'm speaking to Kadik. You have clubs at school?
Yes.
Give me an example of a club at school.
We have Good News Club that teaches about the Bible. We have the Adventures.
Mhm.
we do games and songs. I will say those two we have for now, but I would say one more. Make sure if it's on in the computer room, some of us that's got on there for engineering, we have reading. I would say reading.
Okay.
I don't think that we have any more clubs right now.
What about you, Gabriel?
We have like, I'm not sure like if it's like a club, but we have like technology. Yeah, and yeah.
So,
For my school, we have an art club where we learn about art, and we also have an English club.
okay. So, especially during breaks from school, like in the summer, there'll be many programs where you can, outside of school, learn art if you have a passion for art, learn about robotics or STEAM. There's STEAM camps during the summer, so those are some of the other groups that you can look forward to participating. And then after you do very well in school, I'm sure everyone here does very well in school, right?
Yes. My school had like a summer camp about robots and stuff
Stuff
in
like
my school. Yeah.
Did you go?
Yes,
Yes, how was it?
it was good.
It was good?
Yeah,
Excellent.
we made a couple of robots. We made this robot that can like pick up balls and stuff like that. And our team won.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
And I got a medal.
And then when you all go further in school and you start to go to, you learn more. Then there are other clubs, like there's a robotics association. There's like an engineering association if you're interested eventually in doing engineering. So there's lots of clubs and groups if you're interested.
Colin, have you ever made a robot?
Yes, Michelina.
What kind of robot have you made?
Swimming robot.
I don't think you can make a swimming robot. Can you make a swimming robot?
Of course you can make a swimming robot.
Doesn't like the wire short circuit and it goes.
No,
Te-
you just
tell her,
have
Khadija,
to make
tell
it.
her.
Because they have some kind of. They just have to seal up all the sides that would make water come in. So I would say there is underwater robots. My older brother, he has I made him an underwater drone. So I told him, he told me how is it working. I told him you have to make sure that all the sides are sealed so that way no water can enter.
So you could actually have an underwater robot.
Yes.
Did you actually make a robot that goes underwater, Colin?
Just like we can make your iPhone that can go underwater.
I don't know.
Did any of you see the drone show for Independence?
Yeah, I didn't go, but I saw it on TV.
You saw it on TV? What about you, Gabriel? You saw it?
When they had the drone up in the sky, and then they recorded like how they made the whole Saint Kitts story. Yeah.
I will say they programmed the drone because there isn't one remote that can, they can program one remote to control all of the drones, but
All of the drones are doing different things.
yes. So I would say that they would program all of them to do one simple job. So that way it's easier for everybody else.
Or possibly, what they could have done, they could have had more than one remote. Then each person who's like set up the Saint Kitts Independence thing would have a remote, and they would control the remote whilst the drone flies up.
So the Robotics Association here, some of the members of that association were part of the drone show in terms of controlling it and setting it up.
I knew it.
You knew it. Who has the next question?
I think the next question is Kadim.
Oh, What activity? Oh my gosh. What advice would you give to a primary school child with regards to STEAM subjects? So regard their subjects, the abilities of their subjects.
I think it's Michelina's turn again.
I realize you guys really like Colin. He is the fun science guy. What advice I would give to you guys? Practice math. I know after a while, especially around grade 6, we start to say, oh my God, math is really hard. But just practice. That's how you get good. Just practice. So when you go home, you do it and try to see math, not just in the textbook, but try to connect it to different things. So we like cooking, measurement is math. We like money. When we go to buy something, mommy gives you, is $5 okay for you guys now? Is $5 still a lot of money?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So if mommy gives you $5, do you guys get to buy lunch on Friday?
No, not
Pizza
in my
day.
school. Not in my
Pizza
school.
day. When do you buy lunch?
For me, $5 could buy me a patty in town.
So that's not a lot of money, because then you're gonna need a juice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say mommy gives you $20 or daddy gives you $20. One of the ways to see math in that is being able to count your change. So if you have $20,
So basically, you can use multiplication as a shorter way to count the money to make sure you get the right amount of change.
I like you, Janet. I like you a lot. Yes. So practice your math, but you don't have to just practice your math in school. Practice your math in everything that you do. Almost everything that you do has math in it. So Janet, I could see that you actually went home with your paper. You have notes, you have highlights. It's especially crumpled up. So that's why you're kicking it on the show, because you know you prepared. I love it. The time for each segment is math. So if the show is a half an hour, and how much time you need for your introduction, and if you minus that from the whole time you need for the show, how much time for each question, just managing the show is math, right? Mm-hmm. And each segment has a time to it, so that we don't go over time. But math is just everything. It's just everywhere. Take it from the textbook and use it in life.
Thank you so much for joining us on Conversations with Our Kids and sharing more about what STEAM is about and why it's important for us children to know.
We really appreciate it, and we will definitely remember what you've shared with all of us today on the show.
I am Gabriel.
I am Janae.
And I am Kadik.
Thank you
for
listening,
everyone.
And thank you, Mrs. Michelina, Charles Hazel, and Mr. Colin Brown for visiting us at WINNFM today.
Tune in next Saturday at 10 a.m. on WINNFM 98.9 WINNMedia SKN for more conversation with our kids. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Our Kids.
Tune in every Saturday morning to Conversations with Our Kids.
Oh my gosh,
I am so excited for this show. I feel like a professional radio announcer already. I am nervous and excited
at the same time.
10 a.m. is Kids Time on WINNFM. Conversation with Our Kids.
I made sure to tell my entire family